Right, back again. Very dull day today. After a good start in March weather-wise, a couple of barbecues, the weather slowly deteriorated, so we're back to almost winter, I think. Sort of the sting in the tail. I'm going to try to do a misty scene, Lake District type scene. Well, I'm using this Canson paper, it's very smooth. I don't like it really. It was cheap and cheerful, I think, the best I can say for it. It's £140 weight. I got it in Florida when I was on holiday last year. It's not too bad. It's not as good as the Fabriano for what I'm using it for. Painting upright like this, or almost upright, is not a great idea. But anyway, I'll wet the paper using my 2-inch rake. Now, I'm doing this for Nathalie, one of my subscribers, who's following my channel, and she sent me an email of a photograph of one she'd done, which was very good. But the background was lovely and misty, but the middle distance, like the trees in front of the landscape behind, the paper had dried somewhat. So she got a harder effect than she was looking for. And it's very difficult. You can use a spray to re-wet the paper and the misty colour, or paint very quickly, which is what I'm inclined to do. So I put in a nice raw sienna all over, more or less. I'll add a bit of red to that as well. It will merge, nice and damp. I'm going to put in a bit of sky, a bit of ultramarine and red, light red. All over. And bit of dark. Okay. So right now we're going with some. See, it's very shiny. It's not just the water reflecting off it, it's the paper itself. It's very slick. But it seems to be okay at this stage. So I'll put in a bit of a misty background. So a bit of blue and red. Let's go up fairly low. Right, okay, so that's the bit of background there. Bit of lemon yellow and burnt sienna, a bit warm. Right, that's our sort of background. This is other cliffs, hills behind. So we're going with a harder horizon, burnt sienna, bit of blue, and see what happens to this. Got the horizon stage. We can put the reflections in if we wish. More blue than anything else. Just a very quickie. Does anybody know, if you use a camcorder, the Canon FS 307, if you've found out how you can actually use it as a camera and to project onto a screen? I've got a situation coming up where a friend would like to borrow it and project it onto an overhead type of screen, but I'm not sure you can do it. I think because it is a camcorder, it's a recorder rather than a projector, like a movie camera, that you can do it with a webcam, and you can, like a mobile webcam, which I used to use. So let's just put in some darker bits here. Well, it's all wet. Okay, so that, I don't think we really need to bother too much about reflection, but we will. I'll put them in. It's there, so we'll just bash them in. So there we are, very little detail. I don't think I improved that. I think it was going right as it was before. Much about it. So let's just drag that down a little bit. So this is all sort of misty. Yeah, I shouldn't much about that, right? Oh, never mind. See where it goes. Right. Just let that gently merge. Let's just reclip it. Okay. So that is drying okay. Let's just clean that off a little bit. I'll just fix that, I think. With my head, guys. Take your headphones off. Yeah, I've lost the cleanness here, haven't I? That's not gone very well. Yeah, so that hasn't really gone as misty as I'd hoped. So let's just complete. Let's just put in some heavier stuff along here. Oops. Just a bit of a peach. Nice and warm. I'm going to use the card on this. See if it actually works. Can but try. It's very, very slick paper, pebbles, bits of stuff along. Just flick some flourishes. Yeah, very, very shiny. Because to some extent I can cover up some of this. Just grasses and bits of water there. Now this burnt umber, I just don't use it. Don't know why. Never think about it. Burnt umber, and that makes it's a good cloud colour. It's a dark here. Nice all rocky shore. Right. There we go. So no detail in there. I'm just going to dry this foreground. Take your headphones off. Just want to put in some detail. Just my usual technique of just lifting up and dragging down. Burnt sienna and ultramarine. There's a lot of water on the rigger. Well, I don't know if this is a rigger really, it's quite a fine brush. So let's just drag all these little flicks and flourishes, drag them down, because this is all just like a wet area here. Soaked in quite a lot here. Well, maybe I was unduly harsh in my criticism of this paper. It just doesn't take a lot of mucking about with. It's just taking a little bit of dry brush now. But I'm really just trying to get my contrast, my colours right, my recession. So the warm colours are in the foreground, mostly in the foreground, reds. Just nothing much, just an impression of something going on. I mean, you can fiddle around with this for forever, can't we? But we haven't got forever. Just the edge of the rigger. I've always put my paints out in the same order that I've got here, and the shame is that the burnt sienna is not close enough to the ultramarine, since I mixed the two together all the time. But it's a habit, you get to know where your colours are rather than do different every time. Just a bit of peachy stuff. Okay, well that's as misty as I think I could make that. See, I'm trying to give the impression that there's a lot of water here, as well as reeds or grasses sticking through. Low water, if there is such a thing as low water on a tide. I mean on a lake. No detail in this. Well. Yeah, we could put a sail or two in. because they will be closer to us than that little distance there. Bit of tissue. So I'll just fetch out with a damp brush. Sorry if I'm masking you. Coming up here. Bit of unsubtle way of showing that's the horizon. See a pendulum somewhere. Just a device. This well, I don't do any sailing. I get terribly seasick. Seasick in a bath. Right, I'll put in some birds. I don't think we'll need no room for any figures. I don't think. Let's just put them low down. I'll sign it and then I'll just have a look at it, see if we can do anything more. We're going to sign it. I'll put it here in the lake. I've done so many like this, but the difference is I've tried to make this mist. I don't know if it's good enough. Nathalie, we'll see there. Can I put anything else in there? But we could put a boat there. Bluey boat. Let's make it a bit longer. Not the best boat we'll ever see, is it? I think he's a bit unsubtle, that, but anyway, let's have a look at it in the mount. What that there? Well, it's an attempt. That's the best I can say for it. I hope you got something out of that, even if it's just this sketchy tree. But that doesn't look too bad. But I think Nathalie had more of a mist effect in there, but that's how it came out. But I think you need to have the board flatter, about 30 degrees, so that everything doesn't sort of run down. And it gives it a chance to merge up as well as down. But anyway, that's my idea of it. Let's have a little zoom in. Alright, okay, so there's my misty shore, slightly misty anyway, not quite as misty as I think we had in mind, but very enjoyable there. Just the shore here, that boat, it's sort of foreshortened rather than side on. Well, maybe I should have made it look a bit more like, oh well, never mind. Anyway, better or for worse. Is there any better shape I could do on that? Well, I suppose I could do a little bit. Let's put a bit of a slight point there. Oh, probably a bit better. Right, okay. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.